Last night we got a glimpse of what the Nets might be. We know they're going to be a great offensive team. Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant didn't disappoint. They blew out Golden State. Durant and Kyrie looked unstoppable. They've got really, really talented role players. Joe Harris, Jared Allen, Karis LeVert. First-time head coach Steve Nash looked comfortable on the sidelines. They played with energy. You know, the question was the competition level. I mean, they were blowing out Golden State. And I don't know how good the Warriors are going to be. But the Nets stay healthy, and that's a big if because Kyrie was out most of the season with the shoulder injury. Kevin Durant coming off the Achilles. But, you know, there's going to be some matchups there in the East. The East is a the East is strong this year. And the Eastern Conference, wide open. I know it's one game. Nets had a lot of eyeballs on them for their season opener, and they delivered in a big way. We tend to overreact, just like with the Clippers. Oh, my God, you see what the Clippers did to the Lakers last night? Yeah, I did. I mean, Paul George played really well. So you're going to go, yep, I can count on that. Paul, you know, payoff George is a few months late here on a big performance, and he's not blaming anybody after last night's performance. Apparently, I didn't know if he said anything like, "Hey, without Doc Rivers hanging over him, you know, coaching me, see what I can do." But Paul George played well last night, looked really, really good. But it's one game, and it doesn't mean anything to me. I know you want to win opening night. You're getting the rings. I know that. We're going to overreact. The Lakers did this last year. They lost, and then they won 17 of 18. It's just one game. We love to overreact one way or another. Now, I don't know if Golden State's going to be this bad. I don't think they will be, but maybe they're a team that gets in 8th playoff spot in the West. Maybe. I don't know. But Brooklyn looked really good, really comfortable, and I expect them to be really good. I expect the Lakers to be great this year. But I think this was a preseason game. That's what this felt like. You know, we always say this about Bill Belichick. First 4 games of the regular season, he sort of uses that as his preseason. He wants to see what he has, what he doesn't have, and then you start to see in week 5 who the Patriots really are. That's Belichick's philosophy and has been. You know, the Lakers, I would just ease into the season. You got new players, new roles, and I got to make sure that I got LeBron. All I care about is how healthy everybody is and rested once we get to the playoffs. That's it. I don't care if you're the 1 seed, 2 seed, 3 seed, as long as you're one of the top 4 seeds there. But I don't read anything into this that the Clippers came out and beat the Lakers on the night when they got their championship rings. Now, I'm probably in the minority because people in my business know that's not a good take. That's not a hot take. Because a hot take would be, Clippers a little hungrier. LeBron starting to show his age here. Too many new faces with the Lakers here. Paul George is on a mission. All right. Get ready. You'll probably get a strong dose of that today. Yes, Eden.
Playoff George doesn't sound nearly as cool as Playoff P.
Well.
Hey, good. Do you guys don't want Playoff George to show up because he's going to really bring the pain?
I'm going to roast you. I am.
Playoff P, you're like, dang, you don't mess with that dude.
Yeah.
But Playoff George, he is coming to town to kick ass and take names.
Here's Playoff P after the big win last night.
Y'all don't know, man. Coming off 2 shoulder surgeries ain't easy. I'm 2 years removed. I had a heck of an offseason coming into this year where I was able to train and get back on the floor and play basketball coming into the season. So I'm just in a good headspace. I'm in a good physical space, and I put a lot of work coming into this year.
Good. You should. They're paying you $50 million a year. You should be awesome. You should be great. You should be in shape. I like how when, athletes take credit for things that they like you're getting paid to be great. And they go, yeah, man, I'm bringing it. I worked out really hard this. Great. Congratulations. It's like when a dad says, hey, man, I'm taking care of my kids. You're supposed to. Like, I'm going to compliment you. Man, I take care of my kids. Yeah, they're your kids. So I got Playoff P. He is ready to go. Yeah, McLevin.
You know who has the most to lose here is Montrezl Harrell, who jumped from the Clippers to the Lakers. If the Clippers are really good now and the Lakers struggle, you got to pin it on him, right?
Let's. The Lakers aren't going to struggle. They're not. LeBron career record season openers now 7-11 after last night's loss, including 0-3 since joining the Lakers. Last year, they won 7 straight, 17 of their next 18 after their opening night loss to the Clippers. Yes, Todd.
Did Paul George hurt his shoulder pushing all the blame at Doc Rivers? I'm wondering how exactly he hurt himself.
I think he hurt himself patting himself on the back. Like, hey, man, playoff P, man. Yeah, Paulie.
I like turning into game one to watch. I'm like, hey, there's Serge Ibaka. He's a Clipper. You just kind of forget, like, what the hell is Marc Gasol doing in a Lakers uniform? I'm like, oh, he joined the team. My favorite moment, though, last night was when the Lakers were getting their rings, and they did these tape pieces where the family members present the rings. And Alex Caruso, the backup guard who's bald and has the headband, his dad had like a full head of hair. What? Poor Alex Caruso. It skipped a generation.
There was an interesting moment after the game. Kevin Durant, and he was being interviewed by Charles Barkley and the TNT crew. I'm going to play the whole thing for you just because I got a kick out of it. Because I'm watching the game and, Marvin C. Weber doing it. And I thought, let me just hang on for a little while and listen to what they have to say in the fourth quarter. As we like to say, they had some time to fill. And then at the end of the game, Kevin Durant puts on the headset and he has a conversation. Well, I can't even say it's an interview, but this is what happened on TNT with Kevin Durant.
There was talk about you coming back for the playoffs last year. So you really just been working on your game, trying to get back your timing and conditioning, really, to be honest, correct?
Yeah. Kevin, you've been on championship teams, you've been in the NBA Finals, and now you're taking some guys that have only made the playoffs. Like, what is the message that you send them on a consistent basis from day one to end of season?
Come into work and be the best you can be every day, and the rest will take care of itself.
Thanks a lot for spending a couple of minutes with us. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
And so
It was loud in that arena. We couldn't hear him.
yeah, there was so much energy in there, wasn't it?
He was excited to come in.
Hey, Shaq, how was the shopping spree for the kids?
Pretty good.
Because if you're not there.
Hey, Shaq, ask me a question.
Charles, how many gifts did you buy for Kitty this year?
None.
End of the highlights we go.
Kitty,
Yes.
Kitty, how your kids doing?
Good. Okay.
Well, first of all, Durant has his boy Kyrie Irving's back here, and Barkley has been critical of Kyrie Irving. So Kevin Durant goes on there. Kevin Durant is not going to do anything. He's not going to say anything. I don't know why he did the interview unless they said, hey, you got to do the interview here. But, KD is not. First of all, Charles's question is bad because it's a close-ended question where you allow Durant to go, yeah. Instead of saying something about, explain about joining this new team or whatever it might be, get him talking. Durant did not want to be there. But I love the fact that they roast Durant right after he does the interview with him. That was funny. But, KD did not want to be there. Yeah, Seton.
Yeah, he broke your number one rule of interviewing. Yeah. Close-ended question, yes, no answer.
Well,
Bang, fell right into that trap.
I said to Fritzy, reach out to Barkley, wake him up. Let me yell at him. Just like, what are you doing? Durant didn't want to do that interview, but I love what they did. That was what was entertaining. That's what makes them so good is let's laugh at ourselves, although they're laughing. Good luck getting KD the next time. You'd think he didn't have something to say. Yes, Todd.
But Durant is so sensitive. Is he still upset from a few years ago when Barkley didn't like the fact that he left to go to the Warriors? Is that still something that would be hovering in Durant's mind to just be short with him like that?
Sure. He's KD. Yeah. And then the fact that Charles has been critical of Kyrie Irving, he's going to go on there. He's not going to be effervescent. He's not going to be loquacious. He's just going to be, yeah, Paulie.
But, Charles is I know the question wasn't perfect, but Kevin Durant, if you're going to agree to it, play along, have a little fun, talk about what's going on. You could say a lot without saying anything. You could say a full sentence and say nothing as well. And it's almost like he went on, I think he went on to send a message, like to do that on purpose, to show he's the face of the team, but backing his guys, backing Kyrie specifically.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter what the question was. He wasn't giving you an answer.
Right.
So Charles could have asked a legitimate good question. Kevin Durant was not going to give him anything. Yes,
he should have gotten on and just been like, well, really what I'm just going to do is shut up and dribble because I'm not actually that smart. So I really haven't put much thought into why I came back. I'm just trying to play basketball, I guess, because that's all I could really do.
He could have had fun at Charles's expense. Yeah, Chuck, I joined another super team. Remember when you tried to do that with Houston and try to join a super team and it didn't work out, did it? Like he could have said, he could poke the bear a little bit there and be a little mean-spirited. I just think Durant goes, all right, I'll talk to him. And then Charles had a long-winded question that wasn't good. And then you gave him a chance to say yes or no. And then Kenny tries to throw something in there. And then Ernie realizes, let's circle the wagons here. Custer's been shot, Custer's got arrows, How about we shut hey, KD, thank you. We appreciate your time. Spending a couple of minutes is my favorite part of that. You spend a couple of minutes. Felt like a little longer than that.